In today's video, I'm going to actually be giving design advice to the younger me. So it's like if I'm asking my older version of myself questions and seeing what advice I can give. Stay tuned, I think you're gonna like it. And the first question is, should I go to design school? Because I don't know, I can either go to design school or I could just go online and learn different tutorials or do like an online school. What makes sense to do? So what I would answer to that question is, it really depends on the type of personality that you are, right? For example, I know myself, or the younger version of myself, I really needed structure. I really needed like some kind of situation where I'm put in a place where there's a definite scenario where I should be doing this, and then after that I should be doing that, and then after that I should be doing that. Meaning if I just had kind of everything else would just be chaos for me. Like I can do this or I can do that. I could just do whatever I want. At a younger age, it was really good for me to have that structure. So I knew I needed to go to class at this time. I needed to have go to the library at this time to get certain assignments done or certain projects done from in my design school, and that was something that was very, very beneficial for me. Somebody else might have a different kind of personality. They might be okay with potentially not needing that structure, or maybe they do need that structure, but they're able to kind of set that structure for themselves, right? Kind of make a schedule for themselves and be very strict on that kind of schedule. Also, knowing the fact that my school was quite expensive. I'm still actually paying for it. I have a little bit left still to pay for it, but knowing the fact that it's really expensive and I was the one paying for it, or I'm the one that paid for it, kind of knowing that when you're paying for something, for example, when you're going, let's say you're going to a steak restaurant and you order a steak, and that steak costs whatever, a couple $100, and you paid for that steak with your hard-earned money that you earned with your sweat. Basically knowing that you will most likely eat that whole steak. You will not waste it, even if you're really full, or you'll get a doggy bag or something like that. If it's a situation when you might go to a restaurant, obviously this all depends on personality, but in general, kind of the way psychology works, if you go to a restaurant, you're getting a free steak, it doesn't cost you anything, or somebody maybe gave it to you or bought it for you, or just like in general, it's free somehow, there's less of a chance that you'll finish it, or might even appreciate it less. It depends. You might still appreciate it. You might even appreciate it more depending on the situation. But basically, when something is free, or when something isn't paid, like you didn't pay for it with your own money, that was a way to kind of make sure I do an extremely good job, make sure I get everything out of it, is knowing that I paid for this is really expensive and I want to get my full money's worth. So the quick answer to that question is yes. For me, it was good to go to school, even though it was quite expensive. It was the correct decision. And even though now, as I've worked for whatever more than 12 years for different companies, no one's really ever asked me like, hey, what school did you go to and things like that. What they really care about, companies just care to see your portfolio. They want to be able to see that you're able to accomplish their goals. They want to see how you think. And all that stuff, you can prove all that stuff without really going to school. Just for me, it was good to have that. So it depends on the personality. The next question is, I love all design. What kind of designer should I become? So the younger version of me might be confused. It just like loves all kinds of design and not really sure like which field should I go to. Should I be a graphic designer? Should I be an interaction designer? Should I be a video editor? Should I do After Effects and do interactive designs, as I mentioned earlier, or animations with After Effects, or kind of maybe doing tactile stuff? Not really sure. There's all kinds of design things out there. So my advice for that would just kind of, if it's a person that's kind of just starting off, where the younger version of myself was that person, the best thing to do is just kind of learn general design, basic design, and then from that will guide you towards the correct direction of what you'll actually like. You'll find more of your passions, even though you might feel like you have all kinds of passions right now, but doing general design will help you with those passions. And what I mean by general design is kind of figuring out how shapes work, how lines work, how typography works, how kind of the combination of all those things work together. Maybe you'll learn some movement and how things affect how you can trick people, or trick people kind of having like visual tension and things with Unity and different things like that. All those terms and all those kind of ways and patterns and things like that will help you determine towards the correct kind of direction that you would like. So for example, what ended up happening with me, I was learning graphic design a very long time ago, and it turned out that I was pretty good at that, and I was able to learn everything, and I was able to work really, really hard. And then it turned out that I was, after I finished school and I was doing various work and various jobs, it turned out that I'm more into the product design side, and I like more kind of doing more things with interactivity where users are actually using something and things are changing and things like that. It turned out that I was more passionate about that kind of stuff. But basically learn the basics kind of, and then those basics will guide you towards a direction that you where you should be. The next question is, I'm pretty shy. How do I get myself out there? And what I think the younger version of myself means by that is he kind of feels a little bit more of an introvert, kind of wants to stay more in his place. And how does he get himself a little bit more to kind of go out there and talk to people a little more and show his kind of maybe talk more about his design or his design process just to feel more comfortable? So my advice for that would be to start off small and start off in places that don't even have to do with design, right? Just to practice. So by that, what I mean is you can potentially go to just when you're on the street, maybe when you're in a restaurant, maybe just when you're doing regular life stuff and you're just by yourself. Maybe you might say hi to somebody that you might normally not say hi to, just to a stranger, or maybe start a little mini conversation like, oh, I really like those shoes. Those are pretty cool. I love the design, something like that, just like very genuine. Yes, I understand that like not everybody might feel comfortable doing that, and it might be stepping outside of your comfort zone and stepping outside of the comfort box to do that, but just little things like that will help you feel more comfortable. And after a while, your body will just feel more natural to, not get nervous, and you won't feel tension and things like that. And you'll be able to have more random conversations with people. Also smile at people. It's very important to smile a lot. And that's just a very first thing to start practicing, because what I noticed from designers, having a lot of designer friends and colleagues and stuff like that, a lot of times people hide their eyes or put their eyes down and they don't smile too much. So even though they're really nice people and amazing personalities and all kinds of stuff like that, but I know that, but not because I would already know them and have a relationship with them, but not everybody would know that. So smile, have eye contact, start mini conversations, and eventually you will build up and be more comfortable, and then you'll be able to do even design talks. You'll be able to go on stage and do public talks. Things like that will happen, but you have to start getting out of your comfort zone. It's really important. I think it's really important to do stuff like that, because also this is the way that you sell yourself, and it's important that we sell ourselves, because then we're worth something, and then based on that happening, this shows our value to other people when we're able to talk and kind of give information about the different things that we know and the amount of knowledge that we know. And that would be my advice for that. Next question is, I'm having trouble focusing. How can I improve that, or how can I be better with that kind of stuff? And the answer for me with that question would be pretty much get rid of the distractions around you, because it's not that you're actually having trouble focusing. It's that there's too many things in the way in your mind. There's too many things, not just in your mind, but also in an environment. So what I recommend doing actually is putting your phone on airplane mode temporarily, putting your computer on do not disturb mode for some time, putting things out of the way, having a period for yourself, just a time for yourself to accomplish what it is that you need to accomplish. So for example, if you're trying to do some kind of research, or if you're trying to maybe do some kind of wireframe as just an example, or maybe a sketch of something, you want to just kind of do that and do nothing, not really do anything else. You can deeply concentrate on that, or at least that would be the advice that I would give myself, because I get very easily distracted, and I'm sure other people around me, my peers as well. So Also, like, you don't want to go away off the grid for a long time. So when I'm putting my phone on airplane mode, maybe I'll do it something for like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'll stay deeply concentrated on what I'm doing for that time. And because I know like my grandma can maybe need to call me, or like other emergencies might need to happen, so I can't go away for too long, completely off the grid. But it is good to do that. Also, I suggest taking stuff out of your mind. So you have a lot of stuff in your brain, and the more things you can take out of your brain, the more kind of space you can have to concentrate. So maybe what I mean by that, maybe make a schedule for yourself, right? An actual calendar invite for yourself, to yourself. Just a potential idea, right? So you would put like from 10:30 to 11, I have an appointment with myself to do these sketches, to start on this sketch. The other thing is, like, when you start on something, the main thing is to start on something. Once you start on that project or on that concept that you're doing or something like that, then you can easily continue working on that. So yeah, basically set a schedule for yourself and have that schedule, and also take away the distractions and put all the distractions away so you can easily concentrate on what you need to get done, because there's so many things around us that are just crazy distracting. The next question to myself would be, what should I do to stay inspired? There are too many things and I'm just overwhelmed. So basically, my younger self is inspired by too many things. So what should he do, and how should he stay inspired? And my advice with that question would be, maybe potentially, this is an idea, it's actually a pretty good one, in my opinion, is you've heard of something like a vision board. Basically, people take kind of, they want to have a Porsche, and they want to have a horse or something, or they want to have a rocket in the future, and they want to have this, and they want to have that, and they put all these things on a vision board, and these are the things they look at to imagine them having this stuff in the future. So something like that exists, and that's cool, and that's fine, and that works. So I'm thinking something like that for inspiration as a potential idea. So you make a vision board, hopefully, or possibly if possible, make that visual board tangible, like something that you can actually print out if you can. If not, you can do digital as well. But on the vision board, you'll actually put all the things that you find inspiring. Let's say you like interaction design, and you like working on specific kind of mobile apps. You like working maybe specific kind of video editing stuff. Maybe you like doing specific kind of animations. Maybe you like doing or working in a specific line of work. Maybe you like helping people. Maybe you want to work in the dating space. Maybe you want to work in the service space. Maybe you want to work in the food industry, or you want to do stuff in those kind of things. Maybe you like certain colors or certain trends. Maybe you're into 3D. So you put all those stuff on your vision board, and you kind of just have as many things as you could think of just to get them out of your brain, and then look at them and just have them there, and then mark a few things that you would put in priority. So maybe like the top five things that really inspire you. Then take those things that really inspire you and just mark 1 through 5 on those things. And then you can go to Behance, you can go to Dribbble, you can go to all those different, or Google, different places to get inspired, but don't stay inspired too long. And just really, give yourself boundaries. This word boundaries is very important, because a lot of times people are just too free. Everything's just too open to just do everything. And you need to have these boundaries. We need to have these restrictions. So then we are kind of a little more, I don't know if I want to use the word stuck, but I can't think of a better word. So we will use the word stuck. Kind of, you are just within these boundaries, and you have like maybe more of a limitation to what, you could always expand. You could always go outside and do more things, but stay inspired by just a couple things, and don't stay in the inspiration world for too long. So go on the Dribbles, go on the Behances, different places that you like being inspired by places, but stay there for whatever, like something like 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe, while you're doing your research and seeing which direction you want to go based on that visual board that you did. And then kind of go away from that and start on your project. And hopefully that's something that will help you stay inspired, and you won't be too inspired. You won't have too many places to be inspired, because that's a problem that I find with a lot of people, is there's too many things and people are too inspired and they get too overwhelmed. So I hope that helps, and I hope that is something that my younger self will listen to to me, because I definitely did spend a lot of time looking at a lot of inspirational things, too much some at times. So I hope this video was good for you. I hope you got some good nuggets and good knowledge out of it. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, as I'll be posting more videos like this in the future. And also like this video if you enjoyed it. And if you have questions or comments about anything, feel free to leave those in the comments. And I will see you in my next video. Have a good one.